Okay, so this didn't rise as much, but it definitely rose. It's been a few hours, since I've let this rise. So what I'm going to do is I've got some flour here. I'm just going to dust the countertop, so it doesn't stick. This dough isn't sticky, but some doughs are. And you can tell by looking at it, see how it's risen really nicely. And to knead, you just kind of like fold it over and then, press it like that. Fold it over and then press it with the heel of your hand. And I don't knead it a lot. You don't want to over knead it because then the dough gets too tough, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it in threes. You can do that. Sometimes I make a peace sign. Sometimes I just decide, depending on the shape, like just to cut it in threes. It doesn't have to be, accurate. It's just, general kind of thing. So cut it in 3 pieces, okay? I'm going to set 2 pieces aside, and what I'm going to do, what you have to do is you have to roll it out. And let me see if I can do this with the iPhone. So I cut it in 3 pieces. Try to, basically even pieces. And then what I'm going to do is I might need a little bit more flour. Okay. You don't need a lot because then, and what you're going to do, let me see if I can do this so you can see it. Yeah, I think you can see it. You're going to, just roll it out. It should be very pliable, the dough. So as you can see, I rolled it out. I don't know if you can see that. And it's very pliable, the dough. So there's 1 piece, and there are the other 2 pieces. So it was pretty easy to roll out. It's not a science. So, okay, and you roll the other 2 pieces like that as well. Let's see if you can even see that. As you can see, I'm preparing another meal also on the side. Should have brought my holder. Okay, this keeps on falling. Okay. Roll out the other 2 pieces. Just, kind of just roll it out. However you like to do that. And, stretch it out. You don't want to stretch it and pull it too much. Okay, so you've got 3 equal pieces. And then all you're going to do, I sprayed this with some oil at the bottom or whatever. You can butter it. Some people like to use a parchment paper. That's probably a good idea too. And you just braid this like a braid, okay? So, and you want to keep it together, obviously. So, just do your best with it. See, at the ends, and then you just, I just go to the other side, turn it around, and finish braiding it again. And then what you're going to do is, so there it is. There you go. What I do is I let it rise a little bit more like that. Just for another hour or however long I have, an hour and a half, and it's going to get bigger, okay, and a little bit airier. If you want it more airy, just let it rise a little bit more. So, and then what I do is I get a brush like this, and you can use egg, just, a scrambled egg or egg white. To brush it over like this. And if you want to get fancy, you can before you put it in the oven, you don't have to do this. If you want to be cheap, you can also just kind of brush it with some milk on the top before you stick it in the oven. Or you can, like I said, if you want that shiny kind of crust, you use egg or egg white. And then if you want to be fancy, you can sprinkle some poppy seeds or some sesame seeds on top, and then bake it in the oven. You're going to bake this in the oven for 25 minutes, I believe, at 400 degrees. And it's, as you can see, it's pretty long. Sometimes I try to do shorter shorter ones, but then sometimes they don't cook all the way in the middle. So it's kind of important that it's long. And sometimes I do double the recipe and just go ahead and cook 2 at one time, because then I've got 2, and then it freezes really well. So what I usually do is, okay, I'm going to let it rise some more. Once I bake it, I cut it in half. That way, and I just like I have the fresh part for one day, and the next night I take it out, and then it's unthawed by the morning. It's just as fresh as the first day I made it, and that's it.